Question, Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, obviously, since the last time we talked, you clinched the playoff berth. How happy are you to be able to do that, especially in the manner without having to go through a play-in?
Oh, it's a big deal. I mean, our goal at our initial meeting this year was to qualify for the playoffs and be playing in a manner where we could be a factor, and so that goal remains our goal. I think the guys did a terrific job. I mean, if you look at the number of injuries that we've had, some difficult times during parts of the schedule, and they hung in there and we kept playing better. We were playing our best right before the play stoppage, and we would have had we finished the season, we would have had the second easiest schedule. Again, we've had more than our share of injuries here, but we had good practice today, and I think we'll play well tomorrow.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, after watching the film from last night, what else stuck out to you?
Well, obviously, the things that are uncharacteristic of our team and that are critical for us going forward, it's the fouling and then the rebounding. We're usually good, as you guys know, about not fouling and not fouling unnecessarily or recklessly. We weren't as good last night. And then the defensive rebounding part was disappointing because it was a big emphasis during our morning walkthrough. And, it was the difference in the game.
Jamie Say, WKMG.
Steve, how much did you do today, and what did you do today in practice?
We actually did a bunch of no contact, but we did a bunch of offensive spacing and passing, both against Toronto and Philadelphia. We've actually created a number of good open shots, and watching the film, and we haven't shot the ball well, but a lot of it's been our passing. Instead of passing the ball to guys where they're in rhythm, it's been low, it's been high, it's been behind people, and it's impacted our shooting. And at the defensive end today, we did some individual defense, we did some pick and roll defense, because those are, with the way we play now, those are the constants every night that you've got to be good at.
Chris Hayes, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Cliff, what's the status of MCW and AG? And given that you've clinched the playoff berth, will you take it easy on them a little bit going forward here as you move them back into the lineup?
Yeah, they're day to day, but Chris, my feeling is, and we just met on this. We just spoke with Jeff and John and David and Lindsay. I mean, the priority is to have them ready at full health by game one of the playoff series, regardless of who we're playing. And look, we'd like to win these games. We'd like to finish as high as we can. But the reality is we're going to play one of two terrific teams. Milwaukee and Toronto are both teams that are capable of winning the championship, and we understand that. So we want to be at full health as the priority above everything else.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, how much do you think of the defensive rebounding woes, maybe not having shots on time, passes on time, on target, the blow-bys on the perimeter, are a result of the team understandably not being at the condition it would be in, say, game 72 of a non-pandemic regular season?
Yeah, no, I think that's a big part of it, Josh. I would agree with that. And the other part of it is obviously, self-reflection, self-evaluation. I mean, we maybe going back, we should have done more of that. We scrimmaged a ton, we shot a ton. I think there's parts of our game that are ahead of others, and it always gets back to, basic common sense. You're going to get good at the things that you work on the most. So, we can get there. One thing about NBA players, they can improve in certain areas quickly, but you've got to be able to keep the ball out of the paint in this league. And as talented as teams are now, it's not easy to do.
Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Cliff. The Celtics have been one of the best, if not the very best, at guarding the three-point line the last few years defensively. What makes it so tough to get good looks from 3-point range against them?
Their schemes are part of it with their switching. I mean, they've got really versatile size defenders. They have had for a while. They switch well, and when you switch, you're not in rotation a lot. And frankly, they don't have a lot of guys out there to go at. It's hard to look at them and say, we can go at this guy consistently. So they're disciplined in what they do. They're versatile. They got great size, and again, their schemes make total sense because they're not in rotations a lot.
Zach Maskovich, WESH Channel 2.
Forgive me if you've answered this previously, Coach, but you guys have had a couple games in the bubble now with the virtual fans. I was wondering what your thoughts were on fans getting that experience, and if it's something you guys even noticed during gameplay.
Yeah, for sure, and I think it's great. I mean, I would think the fans would enjoy it. It definitely adds to the environment for the teams. It's a different experience, obviously, especially for the players who are used to, a home crowd or an away crowd. But I think the setup that the league organized is, I would think, as good as it can get. And I think it's great that the fans can be involved if they want to.
Dan Savage.
If you were part of some, special Magic atmospheres back during the finals run, et cetera, the guys got the, a little bit of a taste of that last year when you returned to the playoffs. How much will you miss that atmosphere as you go back to the playoffs for the second straight year?
I'm so pleased for our guys, for all of us, that we're going to be in the playoffs again. 2 years in a row, and what it does, it makes us more relevant, and which is the first step at getting back to, being hopefully the step towards being an elite team again. And the experience of playing these games, because they are different, will help all of our players. I am sad that our fans can't be as big a part of it. And that I thought last year, not just the playoff series, the games that we had at Amway, but like the last, 10, 12, 15 home games, I think our guys get a good taste of what our fan base is like in big games. I thought our fans were great this year too. And it's definitely that part I feel badly that we're not going to be playing there.
Okay, last question, Jamie Say, WKMG.
Steve, this past week was pretty high on adversity. Do you have to talk to the guys about putting it behind them? I mean, how is their mindset today? Are they still feeling good going into these last 3 seeding games?
Yeah, what I hope is, what we talked about today is you just have to go forward. There's a chance that we'll play possibly tomorrow or maybe even these next 3 games without 4 of the top 8 guys in our roster, 3 of the top 8 or 4, whatever, 4 games ago. And that's the way it works in this league. And the veteran guys understand is you can't, again, guys get injured, guys get traded, coaches get fired. That's the NBA. And you've got to be adaptable. You've got to get up in the morning. Who do we have? Who's available? And have the best plan for that day. And I thought our group in here today, their attitude was terrific. We watched some film. We had a good practice. We got a lot done, and I think they have a good attitude about it.
Okay, great. Thank you so